Like, I just felt like I couldn't get it right. I couldn't get it right. I couldn't get it right. And even when things seem like it's calm, bitches will start fucking with me.
Feel however you want to feel about Cardi B as a person or an artist. It's undeniable that the emergence of Cardi B changed the landscape of hip hop. While women have always been present in hip hop and women like Nicki Minaj have had unprecedented runs, female rappers were still few and far between, and they were usually brought to us as the first lady of some all-male collective. But Cardi B ushered in the era of rap that we're still in, where female rappers have commercially and pop culturally dominated for years. And we have so many female rappers to pick from for whatever you're into. From the Ken the Mans, the Mona Leos, the Maya the Dons, the Tierra Whacks, the Chicas, the Rico Nasties. Cardi opened the door for women to storm rap. And that's something a lot of the girls readily acknowledge.
What made you say, I'm going to take this seriously? Was there a moment or a person that you saw doing something that made you say, maybe I could do a song or this could be a career?
I feel like Cardi B definitely brought back that hope of girls could rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because for a long time, Nicki seemed so unattainable and that's part of the lore too.
Despite her impact, Cardi has always been dismissed as an artist by people who say she's not enough of a lyricist, that her success is owed more to luck, privilege, personality, circumstance, etc. So those people were particularly incensed when her debut album, Invasion of Privacy, earned her a Grammy Award for Best Rap Album, making her the first solo woman to ever win the award, when people like Nicki Minaj, who most people believe to be the unimpeachable queen of rap, have never won the award. As a result, many people, I think both haters and fans alike, have waited for Cardi's follow-up project to Invasion of Privacy to determine whether its success was just luck or a reflection of Cardi's legitimate ability to produce solid, cohesive bodies of work. But because 7 years passed since Invasion of Privacy, in addition to Cardi failing to capitalize on the momentum of huge hits like WAP and Up by taking those moments to release her sophomore album, many people began to write Cardi off, and a lot of people decided that she was too scared to put out her sophomore album for fear of not being able to live up to the success of her first, and that the hype for her second album was dead because she'd waited too long and missed too many opportunities to drop it. That doubt from the public got even worse when singles like Bongos, Like What, Enough, Outside, and Imaginary Players all failed to do what tracks like WAP, Up, Bodak Yellow, or I Like It did. So I say all that to say, it's a big deal that after 7 years, widespread criticism, 3 children, a messy divorce, and a baby on the way, Cardi successfully gave us a vintage rollout, complete with mall stops and selling CDs on the subway, and a project that did what rap have always insisted be done, which Lotto summed up so eloquently.
Do you rap or do you tweet? Cause I can't tell, get in the booth, bitch.
Mind you, Cardi do a lot of tweeting, but she got that ass in the booth, you hear me? Cardi spent the last year watching bitches diss her left, right, and center. She said,
I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
I had no doubt that Cardi's album would be solid, even when people were underwhelmed by some of the singles. And I'll tell you exactly why. On Invasion of Privacy, the singles Cardi dropped during the rollout were Be Careful and Bartier Cardi, neither of which did a lot for me on their own when they were released as singles. But when the album dropped and I heard them within the sequence of the album, I loved them. The same is true for the singles she dropped on this project, Imaginary Players and Outside, as well as the songs she teased like Bodega Baddies. All that shit hit exactly how it was supposed to on the album. It's not dissimilar from the way Beyonce's Break My Soul was underappreciated when she dropped it as a single, but when she dropped Renaissance, the that didn't get it before, got it. I love artists who take the sequencing of songs on their projects seriously, because I'm a person who likes to listen to albums exactly as artists intended them, and when I can do that without a problem, I know it's heat. I say all that to say, I didn't doubt Cardi. Now, let's get into this project. Cardi sets the tone for the album right out the gate with the opening track, Dead. The track starts with reporters reporting on how rap star Cardi B went on a murder spree, killing multiple female rappers. So right out the gate, we know that Cardi is killing these hoes. That's what she's doing this album. She's here to tell each and every one of these bitches exactly how she feel about them. And if you somehow weren't sure about that message, it goes from the reporters reporting on her murder spree to Summer Walker singing that she wants these bitches dead.
I don't think these bitches know. I want their heads. I want them begging for their life. I want them dead.
Then Cardi comes in and makes it clear she's getting her lick back on everybody.
They say, Cardi, you tweaking now. I don't be tweaking enough. Bitches be doing shit and I be letting it slide and I don't be bringing it up. Bitches be out here telling lies about me and y'all just be eating it up. But when I drag it to hell, Cardi, you eat what's fuck.
I heard Cardi say that shit right there and I said, you know what? Hell yeah. Hell yeah! And Summer is amazing on this track and another track she features on further into the album called Shower Tears. I saw some people speculating online that Summer sounds like SZA on this album to them because they believe she replaced SZA on these tracks because SZA had commented on Cardi's tracklist reveal saying she'd get a verse to Cardi. And Cardi later said in an interview that SZA never got it to her. Now, that is not implausible, but I don't think that's the case for a couple of reasons. First, not only is Summer Walker a perfect fit for the spirit of Cardi's post-Offset album and each song that she appears on, if you listen to Summer's last album, Still Over It, which is Summer's post-London on the Track album, Summer opens the album with a track called Bitter, where she's doing much of what Cardi's doing on Dead, and at the end of Bitter, a voicemail from Cardi B plays where Cardi's instructing her on how to deal with her breakup and all the haters.
Put that drama in your music, yeah, because if you want to get clout off you, you gonna get clout off them, and you're gonna put that in your music. Say something like, I got my own money, make them feel hurt, hit them where it hurt, and put that in your music and make money off it in your music.
So I do not remotely think that Summer was a second choice for this album. I think this collab was very intentional, and her opening the album was a callback to Cardi opening Summer's album. What I really like about Cardi opening the album with Dead is how it harkens back to Invasion of Privacy and the contrast between where Cardi was in her career then versus now. Because the opening track on Invasion of Privacy was Get Up 10, which set the tone for what that album was about. Her come up and what she had to overcome to get to that moment and everything she not only hoped to accomplish, but needed to accomplish.
Stunning on these bitches out of motherfucking spite. Ain't no running up on me, went for nothing to glory. I ain't telling y'all to do it, I'm just telling my story. I don't hang with these bitches cause these bitches be corny. And I got enough bras, y'all ain't gotta support me. I went from rag to riches, went from wig to lit, nigga. Only person in my fam to see 6 figures. The pressure on your shoulders feel like boulders. Where you gotta make sure that everybody's straight. Bitches stab you in your back while they smiling in your face. Talking crazy on your name, trying not to catch a case. I waited my whole life just to shit on niggas. Climb to the top floor so I can spit on niggas.
Whereas, Dead is Cardi announcing that she's already done all the things she set out to do and can't nobody fuck with her. She even does a callback to Get Up 10.
You been here since what's poppin', then we basically locked in. You don't see me get knocked down 9 times, still get up 10.
Then, from Dead, we transition from banger to banger to banger. Hello is yet another announcement that Cardi's back.
Hello, it's me. 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 Hello.
Then, Hello transitions to Magnet, a pointed diss track at JT that ate my girl up so badly even Saucy Santana had to bob.
I know these bitches mad. It's time for hoes to gag. I'm putting belt to ass. Just rub my feet together. Check everybody picture.
Then Magnet slides into Selena Gomez sliding across the track to give us a certified bop. Who would have known that Cardi and Selena would be a perfect combination like this?
Back on my bullshit, I mean it. I see your number. Thank God I didn't delete it. Oh, babe. Look at your picture, I'm fiending. It don't feel over. Holding myself cause I need it. I'm so obsessed. You got me checking my phone every second. Like, I hope you ask if I'm home. So come over so I can prove it to you. Said you on my mind, I just can't let it go. Pick it up, where we left off, can't give it up. I bet, messy up, let me know if it's a dub. I said your love, it's like a drug. You got me stuck, so pick it up. Pick it up, where we left off, can't give it up.
Then we get Imaginary Players, which was a single Cardi released a month ago along with a music video for it. The next track is Bodega Baddies, which to me feels like this album's I Like It. And while I don't like it as much as I loved I Like It, that's just because I Like It was especially great and it introduced me to Bad Bunny. But I still really fuck with Bodega Baddies. That should make you want to shake. Literally just like this. The next track is Salute, which is a track Cardi told us originally belonged to 2 Chainz. And you can definitely hear that it was a 2 Chainz song, but that is a good thing because 2 Chainz only make heat.
Salute the real bitches. Salute the real bitches. Salute the real bitches.
Also, please listen to how a bitch was sliding on that bitch.
You mean to tell me you die over nothing, whole everybody fucking no discussion. Bitch like me that came out the mud might help somebody out, cause I came up for nothing. Big body and a big body bands with a big body kid for the lane up with something. He getting mad, won't give him my number. Cup in the middle got me feeling the summer.
The next track is Safe with Kehlani. Kehlani was also on Cardi's first album on a track called Ring. Now, Safe is a bop, and I like it way more than I liked Ring, because Ring was my only skip on Invasion of Privacy, if I'm telling the truth. But I'm still not too sure why Cardi selected it to be the next single she did a music video for, when there are a lot of superior songs on the album that I think deserve the video and single treatment first. But I think Cardi just really fucks with Kehlani for real in real life, because she also gave Ring a music video. And I think the song might just have a lot more sentimental value to her since it's about her current relationship with Stephon Diggs. So yeah. The next track is Man of Your Word, which is Cardi's direct address to Offset. Mind you, it's definitely not the first time she mentions him on the album. And Magnet, she takes a moment to stop punching JT in the fucking head to land a blow on Offset.
Shout out to my hoes that wear the pants like Kamala. Got my baby daddy acting like my baby mama.
But Man of Your Word is tonally entirely different from Magnet or anything else she said about Offset thus far. She's not violently dragging him or violating him so much as she's just mourning the end of their relationship, talking about how she wishes he would have been a man of his word, and she even takes the time to dedicate some bars to taking responsibility for what she perceives as her faults in the marriage.
It wasn't all bad, the skeletons in my closet too. It wasn't all bags. As a wife, I should have realized when you was hurt, but instead I put my music first. Damn. There was things said, and that's when I heard about all these hoes and I king bad. But since I had a ring, I never wanted no ring cam. And now I got a ring on every finger, but the one on my ring hand. Shit, is funny how things panned out. You was my twin, you was my person. Shit, you was me, but the evil version. I really hope you find love. I hope you find a good spirit. I hope she satisfy your needs and everything that I didn't. And I mean that it's a lot of pressure when a bitch an icon. I know things could have been perfect in a different lifetime, but I really do wish you the best. Continue being a winner. And if I had one wish, I only wish you would have been a man of my word.
For some unknown reason, the man singing on this track isn't listed as a feature, but the internet was kind enough to track down who was delivering those beautiful vocals, and it's an artist named Dougie F. I do really like this song, but I'm not personally trying to hear her give Offset even an inch of grace, especially not for pursuing her career when he kept her impregnated and she didn't put out an album for 7 years whilst he dropped multiple albums. I'm probably gonna give this track the same treatment Cardi does when it comes on. The next track, What's Going On, features Lizzo, and it's one of my favorite songs on the album. The track samples the 1992 song What's Up by 4 Non Blondes. Now, I told y'all who could have known that Selena Gomez and Cardi was a perfect combination, but I knew that Cardi and Lizzo were a perfect fit together because I was one of the few people who didn't sleep on their last collab, Rumors. But I love this song, from Cardi's callbacks to Be Careful to Lizzo's vocals.
Listen to my heart and it don't feel right. Got me feeling just a little peculiar. Yeah, I told you I would put up with you one last time, but then you did too much and you crossed that line. Now I scream from the top of my lungs, the fuck is going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 yeah.
I also really like the callbacks to Be Careful because it's yet another way this album feels connected to the first, but still feels like an evolution. Because during Cardi's rollout for Invasion of Privacy, she announced her pregnancy performing Be Careful on SNL. And during the second rollout, following her split from Offset, she announced being pregnant for Stephon Diggs, solidifying the threat she made in Be Careful, which she acknowledges in the chorus of What's Going On.
I told his ass be careful with me. I guess he thought I wouldn't practice what I preach.
The next track is Shower Tears, which features Summer Walker. This is another song about the end of her marriage to Offset, but it's also one of my favorite tracks on the album, and I especially love Summer's vocal performance on it.
We should be good by now. We should be good. We should be good by now. We should be good.
Then we transitioned to Outside, another previously released single, which was a banger on arrival. Fans actually begged Cardi to drop Outside as a single when it was teased in a video of hers. Outside was hard as fuck, but not as hard as the next track, which I think is arguably the standout track of the album and definitely deserving of a music video. And that's Pretty and Petty. Pretty and Petty is a diss track to Bia, and I'm sorry to that woman, because the way Cardi ate her ass the fuck up on that track, chef's kiss. I really can't give you words to describe why this song bangs so hard. We gotta just play it.
Yeah, I'm pretty and I'm petty as fuck. I'm pretty and I'm petty as fuck. Pretty and I'm petty as fuck. Hosting ain't ready enough. I'm pretty and I'm petty as fuck. I'm pretty and I'm petty as fuck. Pretty and I'm petty as fuck. When I walk a bitch down, it be sexy as fuck.
If I be a song's gun pointed to your head.
Bow, I'm dead. You wanna be from me, are you sure?
Did she even got a BET award?
Slap me, cause you bored. Just a big lapdog, be a Labrador.
Hey.
I'm pretty and I'm petty as fuck.
Hey.
I'm pretty and I'm petty as fuck. Bitch, and I don't like them.
Your mama used to fuck around with white men. Disgusted.
Girl, you trapped and I hate when a bitch thinks she cute cause she light skin. Wanna be shorty?
You from Boston? Let's have a little tea party.
Why you got kicked out of that condo? Why you be online and be lying though?
Why you always a ditty out? I bet they come the little kitty out. Diarrhea beer.
Breath so stank,
You can smell it before you see it like.
weave to the floor, I'm like,
Cause you built like your dad.
you damn near unemployed. They only book you when they can afford coil. Look.
And after two-stepping all on Bia's head with a hit, Cardi continues dropping bangers for the next 8 tracks, with the standout being Principle, which features the Janet Jackson.
It's the principal, ayy. Take me to the trap, ayy. Then I meet your mother. You know a bitch is better when she raised the butter cutter. Said now take me out to eat. Top, Philippe. He said why we gotta leave to your thighs, a feast. He know how to make me smile, how to make me growl. I be walking out the shower, he be tugging at the towel.
Funny enough, I think if there is any track on the album with a feature I could see SZA having been the first choice for, I think it's the track Better Than You, featuring Cash Cobain. Cash Cobain comes in on the third leg of the song, and there's kind of a beat and tempo change to usher in his part of the song, and I could just hear SZA's flowery rhythmic change he would have brought to the track, kind of reminiscent of the tweaks made to make space for her features on Doechie's Persuasive or Lizzo's Special. And Cash Cobain is fine on the song, he does a good job, but listen to this and imagine SZA doing his part.
No bitch better than you, get more better than you. Hating ass bitches talk shit on the net, but none of it ever be true. Ain't no bitch better than you.
You can hear it, right? You can hear it. It also makes more sense to me that this was the track originally intended for SZA, because SZA specifically commented that she owed Cardi a verse. And there's only one verse on this song, versus the track Summer features on. Summer appears on the chorus and throughout those songs. Same with the Selena, Lizzo, and Tyler features. So I think this was the verse SZA didn't get in on time. But that is just speculation. It's only me making an educated guess. The track On My Back is a smooth bop that introduced me to an artist called Lourdes, and Cardi goes from that smooth, laid-back song back to popping shit at bitches again and every time. And you know what? Hell yeah.
If I take a nigga, I don't wanna hear no crying. Cause I ain't say shit when hoes was out here fucking mine. Look, outside running, I'ma shine all summer. Badass bitch, I know that every nigga wanna. Real fine shit, man, I get it from my mother. I'm a demon, I'll fuck ya, I been fuck your brother.
And she just dropped a remix to Every Time with Lotto that go nuts. Cardi keeps the same energy she had on Every Time for the next track. Check, please.
Y'all niggas ain't doing the numbers that my last shit did. You hate on me, you see how the last bitch did. You think you seen Cardi B, then bitch, you bugging.
I love the track Trophies because not only is Cardi talking big shit, there's a specific line where she says she can't bust down no Cartier because that's a starter watch. And that one line is a testament to how much bigger she's gotten since her debut album, her start, you get it, when she had a whole song called Bartier Cardi, a whole ode to Cartier. So that's Cardi telling us she's past that. And to add a double meaning, Offset featured on Bartier Cardi, so I think she's also signifying being past him.
I'm back in the mood, I'm back on the asses. I'm teaching them classes, these bitches cool. I cannot bust down no Cartier, that's starter watch. Hoes can't talk jury with me, ain't got the shit that my daughter got. Gotta call me Bugatti Barty, this shit look like an Autobot. I do not call the cops, sis. on all the ops.
And Cardi goes right from shooting bitches to Tyler giving us another smooth little vibe on Nice Guy. Before Cardi closes out the album the way she began it, killing yours.
Flexing on hoes, nigga, I don't even stretch. Look, I ain't come here to play, I'm killing you hoes. I go to work every day, I'm killing you hoes. Hopped out looking good, I'm killing you hoes. Let's just get this understood, I'm killing you hoes. Cute face, slim waist, I'm killing you hoes. Not a hair out of place, I'm killing you hoes. Bitch, make no mistake, I'm killing you hoes. I'll go to jail today, I'm killing you hoes.
Killing You Hoes is technically the last song on the album, even though she tacked Whopping Up on at the end, which some folk have criticized her for, saying it's her cheating the system to boost her album sales. But quite frankly, that is not a critique I care about, because so those are her songs, 2 huge singles that otherwise belong to no project, not a mixtape, nothing, just 2 massive hits floating in the wind. So it makes sense to home them on the album. And I just generally do not have any problem with artists wanting the success of their singles or their big hits to count towards the success of their overall projects in an era where album sales are far from what they once were. That makes perfect sense, and it's their music. I don't know what imaginary court they're cheating. The hits were theirs to begin with. I actually think it's foolish when artists internalize that critique and play themselves, like Tommy Richmond did by excluding $1 Million Baby from his debut album. Foolish. I actually think that Cardi B should have included enough Like What and bongos in addition to Whopping Up, because I see exactly where they fit in on the album. Bongos could have come before or after Bodega Baddies, and Enough and Like What should have been somewhere around Imaginary Players and Outside. Overall, I love this album from beginning to end. It is a cohesive project with a clear theme and bangers all throughout. Cardi did exactly what we want our rappers to do. Put it in the music. So we gotta give Cardi her 10s. I am gonna give this album a 10. Stop what you're doing and listen up. You just watched a video on one of my channels, but the Illuminati verse is huge, and I want to tell you what everything is and how to find it. The Illuminati verse has 6 channels. On the YouTube homepage of any one of those channels, every single channel in the Illuminati verse is featured at the bottom of the page, so you can always easily find them. Okay, remember I said that. Don't say I ain't tell you how to find it. Subscribe to my main channel, Illuminati, to find my Illuminati productions, which are my long-form video essays and also all of my backlog of content. Subscribe to my second love child, Illuminati Pop, for my weekly video essays analyzing my favorite TV and movie shows and characters. Illuminati Pop also has its own Patreon where you get all of those videos uncensored. Subscribe to my channel, Olay and Friends, for my podcast, Olay and Friends. New episodes of Olay and Friends come out every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Subscribe to Olay and Chill for new episodes of my podcast, Olay and Chill, every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And also, both Olay and Friends and Olay and Chill are both available on streaming platforms like Spotify. Subscribe to Illuminati Bites if you want my takes, but you don't have an hour to spend. Subscribe to Illuminati Politics for my political analysis and my State of the Union type addresses on my show O Squared. And last but not least, subscribe to my Substack Illuminati for my written work.